Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will not be... Spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
Jacksonville made Christian Kirk the headliner of their 2022 free agency spending spree, and he's one of the highest paid receivers in the league right now. So what do they expect? For him to get his first career 1,000-yard season and give them big-time production. He gets him a first down right there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take this down to the 33.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
On play action, Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into it a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And some room to work. Washington. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag, and that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15, and able to get this out to the 25. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence on the move to his left.
He'll get this off to ETN.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think sometimes when you try to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw here is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there forcing the completion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And some room to maneuver.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time. the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they go play action with Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Find that one in there, able to make connection. A nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
The passing game's been going quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you have little lanes for your runners.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. He's got the 1st down and more.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. ETN will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, the offense, they'd really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker, partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. There's another example of another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. And Ingram hauls it in. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10 now. It's Lawrence.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
ETN up the middle.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
14-yard line, second and 11. Lawrence will throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
On that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
They'll go play action. Howell.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. If they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Off play action. It's Howell.
He's going deep for Brown. They got his man complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another first and 10. On first and 10, it's Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
The point after through the raindrops up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Oh, a dangerous return, but I think the ball's out. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy.
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a heck of an effort from Josh Allen getting in there defensively.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He's going deep for Brown, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking big.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
Back to throw. Howell. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I certainly felt for Sam Howell watching him fall from a possible first-round pick at one point all the way to day 3 of the draft, but it's just extra fuel for a guy now who drew comparisons to some of the league's most fiery competitors at quarterback. When he gets into a tough spot, Howell knows how to create and make some impressive reads and also some impressive runs, and I think that's how he'll succeed as an NFL quarterback.
He was brought down by Foya Sade and Lewickett.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Howell throw complete there to Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Faking the handoff. Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown
27 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
The extra point by Sly is up and good,
and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ballgame, Charles. And you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to get him that underneath stuff.
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all of these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. The Jaguars on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence trying for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to the ground with ETN. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Look at me. Go, go.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Well, now a design run for Ridley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, Gibson. And some room to run now. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as we'll get this up to about the 42. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. The CD always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams